Like it or not, wedding season is upon us, meaning that for some of you, your weekends are about to be filled up with rehearsal dinners, expensive rental clothing, and a whole lot of terrible dancing. Hopefully you'll be lucky enough that at least one of those ceremonies is a Catholic Mass, but if you are, there's a good chance you might be a bit confused. They're just not like other weddings. Besides being a bit longer and more formal than your usual destination wedding, you might find that some of the most traditional lines are actually absent. Here are 5 ordinarily common wedding features that you will not find at a Catholic wedding, and why we do things a little differently. Number 1. Who gives this woman to be married? In just about every wedding you will ever go to, the ceremony will begin in the same way. The bride walks down the aisle with her father, who then greets the groom and offers his daughter's hand in marriage. For many people, this ritual is so ingrained into our imagination of what a wedding is that it may be impossible to imagine a wedding without some form of this. The minister may ask this exact question or not, but the handing over in marriage is key, at least in non-Catholic weddings. While you may see a father walk his daughter down the aisle in a Catholic wedding, this is more the result of culture than anything religious. The actual rite of marriage for the Catholic Church does not specify this, and it most certainly does not ask who gives this woman to be married. The reason for this is because no one is giving away the woman in marriage except the woman herself. Marriage is a covenant entered freely by each party. The bride and the groom give themselves away to each other, offering their consent and fidelity before God. The idea that a father would give away his daughter is an archaic tradition dating back to when women were not free to live on their own and were required to be entrusted to a man. This is certainly not the case today, so why would we want to include it in our ritual? It's because of this that it is just as appropriate and far more fitting to see the bride and groom walk down the aisle together, or to have the bride and groom escorted down the aisle by both parents, where they leave their parents at their seats and meet together at the altar. Number 2, the Beatles. Or any pop song for that matter. Michael Bublé, Coldplay, Louis Armstrong, Bruno Mars. You are not going to hear it at a Catholic wedding. Don't get me wrong, they are crowd favorites and they can be beautiful. I was once at a wedding that played classic movie scores on a violin, things like The Lion King, Forrest Gump. It was really nice. It just wasn't very holy. The important thing to remember with a Catholic wedding, and what separates it from most weddings you'll attend, is that it is a holy event. It's about 2 people coming before God to make a formal commitment and to be blessed. There's room for rejoicing and having fun, and the music should be beautiful, but it should also match the solemnity of the occasion. Even if a pop song doesn't have inappropriate lyrics, which most of them do, their association is with pop culture, not God. Feeling like you're at a concert or in the middle of a Disney movie probably isn't the best vibe for this occasion. Number 3, if anyone knows any reason why these 2 should not be wed, let them speak now or forever hold your peace. This probably goes without saying, but this is the worst thing that you could ever include in a wedding. Is this a holy sacrament or a reality show? We're not looking for drama. Besides that, it's just a bit unnecessary for a Catholic wedding. In order to be married in the Catholic Church, you have to go to a wedding class, submit loads of paperwork verifying your background, complete a compatibility questionnaire, and be interviewed by multiple people. The whole process cannot take less than 6 months, and it uncovers every stone. If there's a reason why the 2 should not be wed, it's discovered in the preparation. By the time we get to the ceremony itself, there shouldn't be any more issues to address, and asking for complaints is asking for trouble. Number 4, creative or unique vows. Look, I get we are a culture that loves customization. We love the intimacy of couples sharing their hearts with one another and adding their own personal touch to the ceremony. Giving a testimony of why you love a person can be beautiful. But we've all seen it go terribly wrong. From the groom, who clearly didn't take it seriously, to the bride who way overshared and said things that she shouldn't say out loud, there are some really questionable, really cringy things said at this point of some weddings. Not to mention the fact that they're often silly, inconsequential things. Promising to do the dishes, to watch movies together, to give a hug when they need it. I mean, that's nice, but so often the things people vow are not particularly weighty. At a Catholic wedding, the vows exchanged by the couple are preset and affirm the seriousness of their commitment. To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. No matter what, I will stand by you. No matter what, you are mine and I am yours. Not the most personalized, sure, but there are no holes in these vows. For the ceremony, this is what you want to hear. If the couple has other things they want to say to share their personality and relationship with others gathered, the rehearsal dinner is a great time for those meaningful anecdotes and customized commitments. And finally, number 5. I now pronounce you man and wife. When you think of a wedding, this is probably one of the most essential things that comes to mind. It's the wedding itself, when the couple becomes married. And yet, it does not, nor has it ever, appeared in a Catholic wedding. The reason for this has everything to do with what we believe about marriage itself. Being married is not about receiving some special blessing from a minister, it's about exchanging vows with someone before God. What makes someone married is the deep commitment that they show before God and community to live with fidelity. When the couple each says, "I do," or recites the vows in full, they're married. That's it. Nothing the minister says after that adds to the marriage or makes it any more real. The vows are the marriage. A minister may introduce the newly married couple to the congregation, but he cannot pronounce them married. They did that themselves. And really, that's all you need to know. While there may be some local traditions and bits of the liturgy that may seem strange to you, as long as you understand this point, everything else will make sense. Enjoy wedding season.